And that's how I look at it. What makes him get more respect than me? You my next door neighbor, you know, I tell him, you got yours from your family. I got mine from the ground up, from hard work and dedication.
Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy. He's just a savant. He's just something special. No question about it. But I got to look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world.
Floyd's way is safe. Not in a punk, but it's like the safe way, like nothing ain't gonna go wrong. But that's how he fight. That's his characteristic.
Floyd Mayweather has fired back with full force after Stephen A. Smith boldly questioned his legacy. Smith claimed that Terence Crawford could actually beat Floyd and even declared Sugar Ray Leonard as the superior fighter. According to Smith, Mayweather's best victories came in the lightweight division, while he failed to dominate the higher weight classes. He even dismissed the iconic Canelo fight as overrated and unimpressive. These remarks triggered Mayweather's explosive response, as the undefeated legend refuses to let anyone diminish his greatness.
It's not just about your skill set. It's who you do it against.
Your level of competition. It's possible that he's so far beyond his level of competition that he made it look.
Well, I think he did as a lightweight. When he went up to the welterweight division, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
taking out Canelo the way he took out.
Well, he just gave him a boxing lesson. But Canelo was 22 years old. See, I remember that.
That's an excuse, though. I don't like this. Like, he's 22, he's too young.
I will tell you this. Well, you do have to take that into consideration.
The guy had 100 fights.
Well, let me explain. You have to take that into consideration when boxing is the issue. Now, if he got knocked on his ass, that's different. But when he simply got schooled, when you swinging a punch and Floyd is tapping you on your shoulder saying, I'm behind you, that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? That's skill. Like, we could credit Floyd with that.
Of course.
I am crediting. I'm saying he's a brilliant boxer. This Floyd knew how to move before you even threw the damn punch. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a veteran to know how to overcome that. Yeah. You can't put a novice into the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
You understand? He's going to school you.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is that if you want to make an argument on Floyd Money Mayweather's half, which I'm not summarily dismissing, I would tell you it's this. Floyd Money Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He constantly broke his hand.
Boxing analyst Dawoud Bay recently broke down the heated debate comparing Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, especially after Crawford's stunning victory over Canelo Alvarez. Bay admitted that as a fan, he slightly leaned toward Crawford in a fantasy matchup, but he quickly reminded everyone that the conversation demands balance and perspective. Crawford's demolition of Canelo was undeniably spectacular and sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Many fans rushed to declare it superior to anything Mayweather had accomplished. Yet Bay urged caution, reminding that Mayweather had already outclassed Canelo years earlier, shutting him down in a masterful display of defensive brilliance. Bay emphasized that dismissing Mayweather's greatness in favor of Crawford is unfair. Both men carved out legendary legacies in their own ways, and each deserves respect. For Bay, the truth is clear. Crawford's win was epic, but Floyd's dominance over Canelo remains equally historic.
That Bud goes about it a little bit better than Floyd in this sense. Floyd will when Floyd fought Canelo, he was standing right there. He wasn't running and all of that. He wasn't doing all of the stuff that they say, oh, runner, Mayweather's a runner. He wasn't doing that versus Canelo. He was right there. I can't even really remember Canelo catching him like that, like with nothing. With Bud, I could remember Canelo catching Bud a couple times, but Bud, gave him the, all right, put your foot out. What's up? Boxing turn, boxing turn, boxing turn. And was really standing there and giving it to him with another type of energy. It was, the energy is more so all right, what's up? You can't beat me. Floyd energy be bop, bop, I'm better than you. See what I'm saying? They don't really be respecting that all the time. They'll acknowledge it yo, I ain't gonna lie, he hard to catch. But they be nah, you didn't beat me up. Bud go about his fights in a way where as though the Mexican fan base gotta be I ain't gonna lie, Canelo, he hollered at you. He came at you too. He didn't just be better than you. He was better, and then he was all right, I'm gonna come at you. And I think they really respect that. Shit, I respect it. I don't think it's not. I think the less you get hit, the better. I'm always gonna take it that way. So, you know what I'm saying? As a boxing fan, the kind of boxing fan that I am, I would have leaned toward Floyd's performance, but Bud's performance was like, if I'm a casual fan, I'd rather watch the way Bud do.
Trainer Boosie Enis recently delivered a fiery defense of Terence Crawford's place in boxing history. He pushed back hard against critics who continue to downplay Crawford's resume, insisting that the Omaha star has already proven himself as one of the greatest fighters of his era. Enis highlighted how Crawford never shied away from dangerous opposition. Unlike many champions who carefully choose their paths, Crawford actively seeks out risk, walking straight into challenges that others might avoid. In Enis's view, this fearless mindset is what makes Crawford stand apart. By constantly testing himself against the very best, Crawford has etched his name among the sport's elite. Enis stressed that instead of trying to undermine his legacy, fans should acknowledge Crawford's rare combination of versatility, daring, and sustained success.
I think he could have got the stops. He'll tell you that. Man, sit down and open wall. But I tell you, Terence can fight, and he can box. And he can fight. He'll fight this. He take chances. You know what I mean? And that's how you be great, man. You want to be great out there now. I think he's great. I think he's the best out there right now. You know what I mean? What's left? What Terence? Yeah. If I was Terence, I would. Terence. That's what I would. He did everything. He got everything. There's so many titles in the world. All that stuff. I'll tell you, I'll go off one to sunset, man. You know what I mean? You don't need money. You know what I mean?
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, is convinced that his star pupil still has a few massive moments left in the sport. He believes Crawford could step into the ring for 2 or 3 more major fights before finally hanging up the gloves. Bomac even teased the possibility of Crawford making the bold jump to 160 pounds. For him, such a move isn't just about chasing more belts, it's about carving an unshakable legacy that goes far beyond titles. It reminded everyone that Crawford has already secured his place in history, becoming undisputed in multiple weight classes and scoring groundbreaking victories along the way. Now, the focus isn't on proving critics wrong or seeking validation. Instead, it's about seizing opportunities that only the legends dare to pursue, solidifying Crawford among the all-time greats.
The second time. They can't take it away from him either.
This one mean more to you than the other one?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Give us the opportunity as a team to go into the Hall of Fame. Instead of a fighter going in there, instead of a coach going in there, give us a better chance of going there as a team.
Well, congrats on that. I know that means a lot to you.
Definitely that.
I asked Bud this after the fight 2 weeks ago. Would he consider this a signature win? He said, yeah, one of them. Do you think that was a signature win of his career?
Well, the last fight?
Yeah, the Canelo one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Because he was the underdog. Everybody thought that, he was going to get beat. He was going to get beat. Surprising.
Well, what's next for Bud? What do you want to see him do?
I just want to see him, spend time with his family, because then 24 fights, you be gone a long time. You're going away from your family. It could take a toll on you after a while. So,
as a trainer, do you feel like you should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
you know what? They made it look so easy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, got 2, 3 more in him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Training camp was trying harder. You know what I'm saying?
Timothy Bradley spoke with deep admiration about the impact Terence Crawford has made on the sport and on future generations. He pointed out that many young fighters face self-doubt, especially when critics question their potential or belittle their progress. Crawford's journey, however, proved what resilience and determination can truly accomplish. Despite heavy skepticism early in his career, he silenced critics with one dominant performance after another, showing that greatness is earned through persistence. Bradley stressed that Crawford's rise to becoming a multiple-time undisputed champion across divisions wasn't just about belts, it was about breaking barriers and inspiring belief. For Bradley, Crawford stands as more than a champion. He symbolizes courage, hard work, and the relentless will to never give up. Today's young fighters see him as a role model and a beacon of possibility.
And the man that you have become, you're a true inspiration to the youth, man. Anybody that's troubled, any troubled kid out there, man, they can look at you and say, hey, man, I got a fighting chance to get myself out the situation. All I got to do is make that choice. That's what you did, Crawford. You made that choice, man. You made that choice to change, bro. You know, you saw it going down, man, years ago, man, in 2008, man, when that bullet came through that window, you knew you had to do something or you'll end up 6 feet under, bro. You know, so that courage that you had, man, and that will that you had and that mindset of change, man, and the gym, you know, grooming you and turning you into a man, because that's what boxing does. See, people don't understand, man, that boxing is more than just throwing punches. You know, boxing teaches you discipline. You know, it teaches you love for people, love for others, man. You know, working together. You know, you're there constantly every single day, man. You know, spending time there perfecting a craft, man. Perfecting yourself, understanding yourself, learning more about yourself each and every single day. You push it inside the gym. You know, boxing is more than just throwing punches, man. You know,
At the end of the day, Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo has ignited one of the most heated debates in modern boxing history. Questions remain. Should he retire now and protect his legendary resume, or chase even greater heights at 160? What's undeniable is that Crawford has already secured his place among the all-time greats, standing shoulder to shoulder with icons like Mayweather and Pacquiao. Fans will continue to argue, but history will remember this as an era defined by Crawford's brilliance. Stay tuned for more breakdowns. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like to keep the conversation alive.